my interpretation of it was music became free. MP3s. I remember downloading the first MP3 in the 90s off Napster. The Fraunhofer Institute in Germany, who invented the MP3.
Oh, right.
It was a laboratory in Germany, and I remember they had experimental, and I downloaded an MP3, and it was a whole song, and it was only 5 megabytes. I was like, oh. I remember I was with Will Henshaw, this guy I'm still friends with now, and we were like, oh, I think everything's just changed. We just downloaded a song in about 2 minutes in those days. And then Napster, like you say, came along. Everything became free. LimeWire and all that, and I don't know, BitTorrent, whatever all that torrent stuff. Yeah. So basically, everybody getting everything for free. Oh my God! All this stuff that somebody had on CDs became digitized into numbers, basically, and downloaded.
Magic videos, all the DVDs.
Exactly, same problem. Still problem with that. As soon as you can digitize something and copy it, essentially record it to cassette in the early days, you're duplicating it, and therefore you could hand it to your mate, and he could hand it to theirs, and they could hand it to their friends, and whatever. So I think the labels panicked and wanted to hold on to their what they'd happened to that point in the short history of recorded music, and did a deal with iTunes. I think came along first, and iTunes went, we'll just make every song 99p, it's above board, everything's fine, people can buy it. Streaming didn't really exist then. It was so that's kind of all right. 99p a song, an album, that's a tenner. So it's kind of about the same, you see. It became similar. But then streaming came along, Spotify, Deezer, all that. And I think, again, the labels went, we've got to grab some power here. They did a deal with all of them and invested, and you're still not apparently allowed to see the deals that they did with Spotify and all that. If you're an artist and you ask your label to see the deals, they're secret as such, I believe, which is kind of weird. So the labels held on to their power, and the streaming companies still take a lot of the... I think it's 90% of the streaming money goes to the majors, and 10% is the rest. It's very... I might have misquoted that. There might be a few off. But it's a very small amount of indie, and it's if I put a track up there, there's very little chance I'll make a living out of it.
Yeah, it's like
it's not even, basically.
1 cent a play, or even less than that. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, but even more complicated, I think the people that play more, like Ed Sheeran, they get more streams, they get more money.
Oh, yeah?
Not only due to the amount of streams, they get a bigger cut of the extra revenue, and so there's something else going on. So it's even more unfair as to not making money, or making even less as a new artist. And it's just a real problem in the creation front, in the creativity, because... great, I've made my lovely album and I put it up there, and I've got the world could possibly listen to it. That's the idea you have in your head, but there's so much out there as well, and you're not at the front of the store like you handing your 5 albums. Those were big players. They were big famous people, the same as Spotify going, oh, you should listen to the new so and so Ed Sheeran and whoever the big players are. You're not getting your little less than 1,000 plays up front. You're never getting that. You're seeing how many plays they've had. How can you... Maybe people judge it more on how many plays they've had now. Well, would they play the song that hasn't had 1,000 plays next to something that's had 10 million? Mm-hmm. Maybe you'd go, oh no, everybody else likes this one, but well, hold it, why not check out the one that it might be better than the one you've just missed out, you know? So it's a real frustrating thing. I think it might be a passing fact. I think it might change again. I think there might be a recalibration of the royalties and the splits, and the labels have taken their cut, and by the time it gets to the artist, it's hardly anything. It's very hard to make a living.